सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। We'll chant the Guru Stotram. Akhandamandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimmirandhasya jnananjanashalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्न विराजितपदाम्बुजः वेदान्ताम्बुजसूर्यो यः चैतन्य शाश्वत शांतो व्योमातीतो निरंजनः बिंदुनादकलातीतः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ज्ञानशक्ति समारूढ़ः तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्म संप्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। भवसिन्धोश्च ज्ञापनं सारसम्पदः गुरोपादोदकं सम्यक् तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्री जगन्नाथः मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरुः मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुः परमदैवतं गुरोः परतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेव देव. We will learn 3 shlokas which are called Prathasmarana Stotram. Page 1. These are on the pure consciousness, the self. Generally, when one wakes up, then one should chant these, or one can use them in meditation also. So, page 1. Again, composed by Shankaracharya ji, these are. Om Pratasmarami Hridi Samsfuradaatmatattvam Satchit Sukham Paramaham Sagatim Turiyam Yat Swapna Jagara Sushuptamavaiti Nityam Tad Brahma Nishkalam Tad Brahma Nishkalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sanghaha. Together, this one. Om Pratasmarami Hridi Samsfuradaatmatattvam Satchit Sukham Paramaham Sagatim Turiyam Yat Swapna Jagara Sushuptamavaiti Nityam Tad Brahma Nishkalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sanghaha. Repeat. Pratar bhajami manasa Vachasamagамyam Vacho vibhanti Nikhila yadanugrahena Yanneti neti vachanaihi Nigama avochuhu Tam deva deva majam Achyutamahuragryam. Together. Pratar bhajami manasa vachasamagамyam Vacho vibhanti nikhila yadanugrahena Yanneti neti vachanair nigama avochuhu Tam deva deva majamachyutamahuragryam. Pratar namami Tamasah paramarkavarnam Purnam sanatana padam Purushottamakhyam Yasminnidam jagad Asheshamasheshamurtau Rajvambhujangama iva Pratibhasitam vai. Together. Pratar namami tamasah paramarkavarnam Purnam sanatana padam purushottamakhyam यस्मिन्निदं जगदशेषमशेषमूर्तौ रज्ज्वाम्भुजङ्गम इव प्रतिभासितं वै. श्लोकत्रयमिदं पुण्यं लोकत्रयविभूषणम् प्रातःकाले पठेद्यस्तु स गच्छेत् परमं पदम्. These verses are actually for contemplation on the self. When we finish the japa and then the mind has become quiet, then we contemplate on the supreme consciousness. These verses are about that I meditate. So smarami means I remember. So prata smarami, Hridi samsfurad atma tattvam. The atma tattvam which is in the heart, throbbing as I. Each of us feels the presence I. What is the nature of that? Sat Chit Sukham. Meaning Sachidananda is the nature. Paramahamsa Gatim Turiyam. Realized by the great Paramahamsas. And it is the Turiya Avastha, the fourth state of consciousness. Yat Swapna Jagara Sushuptam Avaiti Nityam. That which pervades all the three. Waking, dream and deep sleep. That pure consciousness, Tad Brahma, Nishkalam, without any parts. Aham Nacha Bhuta Sangha. I am that Brahman, Tad Brahma Aham. Nishkalam Aham. Not this bundle of matter. Bhuta Sangha means bundle of matter. Pratar Bhajami. I worship that consciousness. Manasa Vachasa Magamyam. Which cannot be described by the thoughts or by the speech, because it is the subject which is enlivening this mind and the speech. So it cannot be described by mind and speech. Pointers are used, indicative pointers are used. Vacho vibhanti nikhila yadanugrahena. So the speech is enlivened by the grace of this consciousness. Hence speech cannot define the truth. Then how to know the truth? If speech cannot define, mind cannot reach there. Yan neti neti vachanaihi nigama avochuhu. The scriptures say, negate whatever is unreal, whatever is finite. Then what will remain? That is the infinite. Yan neti neti vachanaihi nigama avochuhu. Tam deva devam ajam achyutam. That deva of all the devas, meaning that is the enlivener of all the senses and the one who is achyutam, who never falls. See, our mind goes through fluctuations, we fall. The supreme consciousness is changeless. So that changeless consciousness, the enlivener of all the senses, the mind, the speech, that is what is our true nature. And the last one says, I salute that pure consciousness, pratar namami. What is it? Tamasa paramarka varnam. It is beyond all ignorance. It is of the nature of pure brilliance. Param arka varnam. Purnam, it is complete. Sanatana padam, it is of the nature of eternity. Never it will get destroyed. And what is it known as? Purushottamakyam. It is known as the Purusha. So this body and all the things in the world, they are made up of matter, so they are Prakriti. But the matter is by itself inert. What makes them enlivened is this Purusha. Yasminnidam jagad asheshamashesham murtau. In this consciousness, the whole world as though rises, stays and falls. How? Rajvam bhujangama iva pratibhasitam vai. Just like the snake appears on the rope. The rope sustains the snake and then the snake dissolves in that rope. The rope remains at all times. So I am that consciousness in which the whole world rises, stays, falls back. So morning begins with this. So generally when the mind is quiet, then one has to meditate on this. Now we were on the lesson 21. We had completed the portion about japa. Last time we saw how to use the mala, what is the, when to do japa, how to do japa, etc. Today we will also do the practice of that japa. Now, the last portion of this speaks about some obstacles that come.
In Japa, you said like we have Rudrakshmala for Shiv and all. So for Ganpati and for Gayatri Mantra or Sun God or Kala
I don't think there is any specific mala for them. One can use any mala, I think. These are deities for whom specifically there is a mala. It is like it is their favorite, whatever bead or something. Ganpati and Surya, I'm not aware if there's any specific. I'll find and tell you. As of now, I don't think there is any specific one. Um, so there is also Chandan Mala, then there is Wooden Mala. Those things also come. So we'll find out if it is there for them. So in meditation, obviously there are lots of obstacles that come because we are very enthusiastic to meditate, but when the preparation is not done, then the mind will start wandering, sleep will come, many obstacles will be there. Some memories will keep coming repeatedly. So now how to handle some of those? So Gurudev has given here some aspects. This is the portion on in lesson 21, which is harnessing the mind. That the mind may not cooperate, it will wander. You see, till now the mind has not been given its attention properly, and we have not tried to train the mind properly. Most of the time, through the mind, we are escaping into the world of objects, emotions, people, situations, is going out. Now, when we are arresting the mind's flow outside, and whatever is within the mind will start coming out. Mind doesn't want to face that, it wants to go away. So, generally, it will do that. So, now, first thing that Gurudev says here is that when it goes away like that, we are not able to retain it within, then let it go out, but give it a proper field, restricted field in which it has to remain. It cannot think about anything and everything, then there is no difference. Without meditation, also, I'm anyway thinking about so many other things. In meditation, also, if I'm going to start thinking all those things, then there is no difference at all. So now if with closed eyes I am not able to meditate, then what to do? First start with open eyes and give the mind a limited space. What is that? That can be the altar. And that's where he says that engage all the senses. Because see, the mind is not used to living in a state of withdrawn senses. Mind is used to going out through the senses and enjoying with the senses. Now when we say don't see anything, don't hear anything, don't smell anything, just breathe normally and then don't speak anything, don't touch anything, only remember the Lord. For how long the mind is able to do that? Maybe few minutes. After that it will start wandering. So to withdraw the senses and all the external perception, difficult. So step by step one has to train the mind. So here he says that you do decoration of the altar. So decorate the idol with flowers, light the lamps, soothing incense, sound of the bell. All these will help. So puja is the first step. We generally dismiss puja as a ritual. I am not ritualistic. I don't want to do all these. And jump straight into meditation. And then meditation becomes what? Meditation. Nothing. Mind won't focus only because it's not been trained at all. So, even if I don't do a proper puja every day, I can sit and see the form of the Lord, put the incense, put the light, put the flowers, all those things. And while doing that, I can remember the Lord. And then keep the eyes open, see the form, and chant. Don't close. Slowly, as the mind gets trained, now from there it should not go anywhere. Eyes are open, all senses are engaged. But there the mind should not now smell something in the kitchen and then hear some sound of the bell and then tell somebody, do this, do that. Nothing. At that time, the focus remains only on the altar. So arrest that part. And suppose we feel very sleepy. Many times when we start doing japa, we feel sleepy. So open the eyes and look at the form and start doing the japa. To do the japa with the eyes closed requires the form to be very clear in our mind. So when we keep looking at the form, last time I had told you one word for it, if you remember. Staring at the form, what is the word for it? Swamiji, that was last year. Tratak, it is called Tratak. To stare. Because we have to have the impression on the mind. Strong, clear impression. Then only the mind can focus. If that strong impression is not there, mind will easily wander. So, form of the Lord, very important. Keep the eyes open, chant aloud, and sleep. We have covered that before, that if you have not slept enough, then it is impossible to expect the mind not to be sleepy. So, 23 and a half hours of alert and vigilant living is required for half an hour of steady meditation. So if I have lived properly through the day, slept enough, done moderate amount of work, purified the mind, all those things we saw about Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, all those preparations when we do, then we have to sit in the seat of meditation. This is the first thing that Gurudev says, that give the mind a bigger altar to focus on. Then slowly reduce the altar, the size of the altar, in the sense, first we see the whole altar and with all the lights and agarbatti and flowers and everything, full decoration. Then slowly reduce the attention only to the picture of the Lord. And slowly from the picture, what to do? Focus only on the face. From the face, then focus only on the any aspect, just the eyes or just the smile, anything. So what are we doing? We are reducing the scope for the mind. One part. Now again, this is not a mechanical technique. The key aspect of concentration is devotion, love. Whatever I love, then the mind will concentrate very easily, and whatever I love, the mind will think about that also more and more. Now, how devotion will come? Devotion will come through knowledge and by grace of the Lord Himself. So I have to learn about the Lord, whoever is my Ishtadevata. What is the significance of the form of the Lord? What are the qualities of that Lord? Where does that Lord stay? What does that Lord like? So we say in Bhakti Shastra, these few things we should know. Nama, that is the name. Rupa, that is the form. Guna, the qualities. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Kriya, what are the actions of that Lord? What kind of deeds that Lord has done? Dham, where does the Lord stay? Sambandh, what is my relationship with that Lord? Bhagwan Ram is one, but each one has different relationship. Hanumanji has relationship of a servant. Sita ji has relationship of a beloved. Different people have different relationships. Shabri looks at him as Bhagwan himself. She is a devotee, like that. So each one looks, Sugriv looks at him as a friend. So what is my sambandh? Nama, Rupa, Guna, Kriya, Dham, Sambandh. 6. And 7th is Swarup. What is the Swarup of that Lord? This form is just a Rupa. What is the Swarup? The essence of that Supreme Lord is Sachidananda Swarup Atma only, is infinite pure consciousness, not just one picture, not one just form. Is Chaitanya Swarup Atma, is pure consciousness. So these 7 things, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Kriya, Dham, Sambandh, Swarup, we should know more and more. And one more they say is Leela. If the Lord has taken an avatar, then what are the Leelas of that Lord? So 8 things totally. If we learn these 8 things, see these things, what happened, what the Lord likes, all that also will come into that. Kriya, so what kind of actions can we do, what kind of things that Bhagavan likes. Now people don't understand those aspects. They say, what, you people are so superstitious and all that. Shivji likes Bilva Patra, and then Krishna likes Tulsi, and Ganpati likes Durva. What is all this? Your gods also have likes and dislikes. And don't offer Tulsi to Ganpati, and don't do this to this person. Oh, what is all this? It's very strange, na? It is. That people, they are very happy with their likes and dislikes. There they don't want to change. Morning I want coffee, matlab I want coffee only, nothing else. But Bhagavan cannot have likes and dislikes. And the fact is, Bhagavan is beyond likes and dislikes, there is no doubt. But when we say Bhagavan has no likes and dislikes, can you and I relate to Bhagavan? Bhagavan Ram himself, who was so established in dharma and righteousness and ideals and values and uncompromisingly is living that, how many of us actually can follow Bhagavan Ram? The moment we think of Ram, we say, no, he is very idealistic, very difficult, we cannot follow. So if you say this is the Lord, because Brahman is already beyond, just now we saw beyond speech, beyond words, beyond mind, beyond all this. So beyond likes and dislikes. Now follow. Difficult. But if you say Bhagavan likes this, with bhav we will say, okay, now I will get Bilva Patra, because Shivji likes Bilva Patra. Now get the Bilva Patra and then offer to the Lord. The bhav is that Bhagavan, one is that is a entity who is real. Second, my emotion gets surrendered. Third, when I start thinking what does the Lord like, ultimately that attitude is to bring this bhav in us. It's not just offering what Bhagavan likes as an object. What would the Lord like us to do? The Lord would like us to surrender and be one with the Lord. The Lord would like us to serve the society. The Lord would like us to live selflessly. So if I start cultivating that bhav, that whatever I am doing is not for my likes, but it is for Bhagavan's likes. What Bhagavan likes, that I will do. Finish, now the job is done. What more one has to do in life? Nothing else. So it is for that. So when we start living in that way, the devotion will increase. The whole life becomes full of devotion. It is not only limited to that half an hour. That's called Ananya Bhakti. So in Bhakti, we call it Ananya Bhakti. Here we say it is Jnana. Jnana will give rise to Bhakti. Bhakti will strengthen Jnana. They are both very complementary to each other. So we should study. The knowledge will come. And so beautiful our culture. Every deity has a text. Ganesh Puran is there, Bhagavatam is there, Shiv Puran is there, Devi Bhagavat is there. For all the major gods, there is the form which we worship as Bhagavan. We have some Purana or some literature will be there, shlokas are there, Puja methods are there, temples are there, and how nicely they have arranged it. So if Shivji is there, we have to have there will be 12 Jyotirling. For Devi, you have 50 plus Shakti Peeths. You see, Devi has maximum. Abodes also Devi has maximum. Days also, Navaratra, once in the Chaitra and once in the Ashwin Mas. 18 days we worship Devi. Krishna has one day, Shiva has one day, Ganesha has one day, Ram has one day, Hanuman has one day, Devi has 18 days. And people still say the Hindu people are gender bias and all that. Maximum temples also are for Devi in terms of Shakti Pit. Ganesh ji has only 8, Shiv ji has only 12, Krishna Bhagavan has only 1 or 2, Srinath ji and Dwaraka as the main. Or Brindavan, chalo 3. Badrinath. But like that, if you see, there's a whole proper system which is created. Then devotion will arise. Once devotion arises, mind will not wander. Our problem is that we want to put devotion aside and we want some technique to concentrate. Focus on the tip of a candle. Put one dot on the wall. And the mind wanders. People will say, Swamiji, some technique you tell us. How to control the mind. A technique cannot control the mind. Devotion will control the mind. After a point, techniques don't work. One can say breathe deeply, slow down the breathing, relax, all that, and then observe the breathing, coming in, going out, coming in, going out. Those can help a little bit to quieten the mind. But after some time, you cannot do with that. One has to go into devotion, it has to come. So that's why he says that initially a book dealing with the stories and the teachings of the Lord is recommended for study to novices in the spiritual field so that they develop through the study the art of maintaining one thought of the Lord, which runs through the different stories and parables in the book. Is on page number 12, last paragraph. Once the devotion has increased, then one can see these stories, etc., are not just stories, they have a lot of symbolism also. One part. Second is they provide a big field for visualizing. Like I was saying that the altar is big with all the decoration and everything. Same way, mentally one can visualize instead of only focusing on the form of Lord Shiva and then doing japa of Om Namah Shivaya. Suppose you say that I will visualize the Leela of Lord Shiva. What is a Leela? Let us say Bhasmasura or any such story of Lord Shiva. How Lord Shiva receives the Ganga. Any story. Then I can visualize the whole story in my mind. Okay, now Lord Shiva is meditating, Bhagirath is meditating, and then Brahmaji comes and then he gives the boon that Ganga can be brought down. But then who will receive Ganga? Then Shivji only can receive. So now again Bhagirath is meditating. This whole story one can visualize. So the mind will not only get the capability to visualize in a limited field, but through this the devotion will also arise. Then slowly we can come only to the form of Shivji. Then from the form come only to the face. From the face only to the smile. One can do that. Reduce. So this is one aspect where Gurudev says that one should do this. Inculcate devotion and bring this in a holistic way. Don't try to use it only as a technique. Then he speaks about this, now we are on page 13. Persuasion is something that will help the mind. He says, a mind which still remains unruly may sometimes respond to persuasion. Persuasion meaning, tell the mind the benefits of concentration and the supreme glory that can be achieved through meditation. Persuade the mind ki what are you going to get by wandering? Anyway, you do that whole day. This is the time to stay focused. What are the benefits of remaining focused? What do I really want to achieve is quietude. Quietude comes by focusing. So, by gentle persuasion, this is called persuading by knowledge, by training the mind logically, not persuading by force, not just saying, ki, don't think of that, just come back to this. You can bring back the mind gently to the object of our contemplation, to the form of the Lord, but if we do it with knowledge, then suppression will not happen. Because sometimes what happens, the mind is fancifully imagining some pleasure. There suppression can happen. That's why that Bhajagovindam, what we learned, that Pratipaksha Bhavana has to be applied here. Suppose I am doing Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya Japa, and now the mind has gone to some Shivsagar restaurant. Now it is thinking of Pav Bhaji. Now what to do? It is enjoying eating Pav Bhaji. Now you bring that fellow and say, do Om Namah Shivaya Japa. The mind is going to rebel, saying, I have to finish my Pav Bhaji. Then Faluda also I have ordered. Now I cannot do this Om Namah Shivaya Japa. Now what do you do? No, do Om Namah Shivaya. Again, the more we resist, the more we pull the mind back, the more it will go there. That is where Pratipaksha Bhavana has to be brought in. Saying this is fine, very good, enjoy, but how long is it going to last? Do you really want that? Vivek Shakti, that is. And see the harmful effect of this. That if you keep wandering in this way, how will you achieve peace? Gently persuade. By proper explanation, reasoning, logic. Then suppression will not happen. You can give it some temptation also if you want. That if you come back to the japa, I will actually give you Pav Bhaji after meditation is over. Today evening you can go and have, but right now do japa. That's called delaying gratification. You can delay. So persuasion is one thing that can help the benefit of concentration. Then Gurudev says that if this all doesn't work, penalize it. Punish this mind. If you don't do japa properly, no phone for you. Earlier it was cold water bath, no food, no proper sleep. Now it is no phone. Just tell the mind, if you wander, as many times as you wander, that many days you will not have phone. Not that many hours, that many days. If I catch you wandering 4 times, 4 days no phone. And then you have to implement it. Don't say, if you don't implement, the mind will say, hey, this fellow is only talking, he is not going to do, it will again start running. So whatever the punishment decided, that has to be done. One should not then say, no, I should be little gentle on myself. It's not for me, it's for people, they will suffer. So I cannot give up phone. But then you choose a punishment which you can actually do and which will be effective. Don't choose a punishment which is very light and easy. Because some people are like that. Which sometimes it's not even a punishment. So they will say that no one, so they will say that I won't drink tea for today. That's not a big punishment. No, Swamiji, those who are addicted, for them it's a big punishment. Or sometimes they will say that no, I will not talk to anybody. Are you going to miss it? Is it really going to affect you? Then take that kind of a thing. If it is not at all going to affect, I won't eat Karela. Are you are anyway not eating Karela. So people are like that, some funny thing they can do. So one should not do those things. Where one will really miss it, the mind will be like, yo, why did I wander in the meditation? I should not have done it. This fellow is ruthless in giving punishment. So choose some such punishment and keep them ready. And here he has already warned, Gurudev says here that students are, however, warned not to carry this treatment too far, but to use it only as a last recourse. Okay, so the idea is not to torture oneself. The idea is that if nothing is working, then the mind should know that this person is a strict taskmaster, will not compromise. That the mind should know. One more thing he says here is, let the intellect witness the pranks of the mind. Meaning, don't support, but just witness. Like the mother sees the child. The moment the child becomes aware that mother is watching, the child will stop doing the mischief. Same way here he says here. that and that mother will not shout, they simply watch and stare. Sometimes that is more dangerous. Gurudev used to do like that. Sometimes he will fire from the stage. People will come late. No? If they come late, you come and sit quietly behind. They will come, tap, 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 full, they will come walking. And come and sit in the front row. Sometimes they will fire off on the stage only. And sometimes he won't fire. He will just look at that person. He will stop the whole lecture, he will look at that person. Now the whole audience is looking at that person with such a irritation, what are you doing? Why are you even coming like this? So it's like a silent rebuke. No word is spoken. Just you stare at that person, finished. Same way, the mind is doing some mischief. The intellect has to just witness the prank. Nothing else. So these are some ways by which the mind can be controlled. And each one has to find their own methods also. These are few suggestions only. You can find your own method of how to make this mind more and more quieter. For different people, different things will work. In broad, these are aspects. So this completes our lesson number 21. Now, in meditation, in the seat of meditation, we have learnt what all? We have learnt preparation and posture. We have learnt auto-suggestion. Then we have learnt thought massage. Then thought parade. And japa we learnt about in terms of actually how to do the japa. We have not done the session of japa. So today we will do that aspect of japa in the session where we will use the mantra Om. Now in the 22nd lesson, what Gurudev actually says is the first part of this 22nd lesson is a general introduction, again as though is a summarizing aspect to meditation, that how the thoughts must be channelized, and the channelized thoughts will increase our potential, manifest our potential more. And what is the success of great people is their ability to, Gurudev says here in this first page, third paragraph. In the human system, the thoughts in the mind must be integrated and channeled towards a higher ideal to gain a spiritual edification. For that, one has to learn to withdraw. So, withdraw and focus, those are two very important aspects. In any successful achievement, this will be the secret. Even somebody in sports, they will withdraw from all unproductive things and then they will focus on their practice. So withdraw from unproductive things, focus on the productive aspect. That is a very important thing. And the example he has given here is about the convex lens. That convex lens, when it is kept in the sun, then all the rays of the sun will get focused. And if you put a paper below that, what happens? It will burn. In general, if that lens is not there, the light is there everywhere. Heat is also there, but the paper doesn't catch fire. In the same way here it is. When we are able to focus the energies of the mind, lot of negativities can be burnt, lot of positive potential will start manifesting. So concentration is a very, very important aspect. So he again summarizes the posture part, that sit erect, the head, the neck and the spine should be in a straight line, have a maximum base when you, if you are sitting on the ground, and then close your eyes gently, and then he comes to the thought massage and then the mala. Now in japa, we did that in detail last time. So we have covered this portion actually. That one secret of japa is what? That japa helps us to tune our mind using sound. Now he comes to this psychology behind this japa is what? That our body and our mind, they are made up of 5 elements. Body is made up of gross 5 elements and the mind is made up of subtle 5 elements. In these 5 elements, earth is the grossest, and all the 5 qualities of senses we can use for the earth, meaning I can see the earth, I can smell the earth, I can taste, I can hear, I can touch. All 5. This is the grossest. And subtlest is space. Actually, space is intangible to the senses. We cannot comprehend space. But each element has one special property. Like smell is the property of earth. Taste is the property of water. Then form is a property of fire. I can see the form. Then touch is air. And then sound is space. So subtlest being space, sound is also the subtlest sense faculty. And so using sound, space came from where? Space came from Maya. Maya is power of Brahman. So in all the 5, the sound is the subtlest. So using the sound, if I am able to quieten the mind and then transcend the barrier of that sound, one will realize the truth. So that's one aspect of japa, that how japa helps is to use this sound. Second thing, this japa also helps is by synchronizing, that we saw in that mantram walk. We need not walk, there we are synchronizing walking, breathing and chanting. Here we need not walk, we are sitting in a place, but we are synchronizing the breathing and the chanting. Visualization, breathing, chanting. We are synchronizing all the 3. That integration of the personality itself is a very, very powerful method to quieten this mind. So that is one psychology of japa. Second aspect also here is that it will bring the name and the form together. Whenever a word is being used, a form of that will come into the mind. So our mind thinks in terms of name and form. So japa uses that psychology of name and the form, where we use the name and the form of Bhagwan to detach from all other names and forms. And the more I repeat the name and the form, attachment will become stronger to the Lord. Devotion will also increase. So now this principle is what is used in japa. And the technique what Gurudev explains here is this, that from many thoughts we come to few thoughts about the Lord, from few thoughts to one thought. And in japa, I chant loudly and take the japa to a peak, loud and fast chanting. So 2 techniques are there. One technique is what Gurudev says here, that do the japa loud and fast and keep increasing the speed and come to a peak and then immediately stop, which we will do today. He says when you stop just like that, the mind is having only one thought in it and that is stopped. No other thought after that. What will remain? So in the third page, last paragraph, he says here, in the last stage of meditation, when the meditator maintains a concentrated spell of chanting and stops it suddenly, he or she experiences a profound silence. In that silence, the cessation of flow of thoughts annihilates the mind. Again, when thought ceases, no discrimination can take place. Where discrimination is absent, the intellect cannot exist. Hence, in that final moment of silence, when the mind and the intellect are dissolved, the erstwhile individual merges into infinite reality. So, this is one technique of how this japa is done and how we have to stop that japa at one point in time and then don't think now what to do, then again gone. That's why this has to be known before. From many thoughts to a few thoughts about the Lord to one thought to no thought. And don't say now no thought is there. You just be in that state, bas. So today we will practice that. Next class you please read this and come the next portion because Om, the significance of Om also is there in it and we will use that for contemplation also. Sit erect, the head, the neck and the spine in a straight line. Close your eyes gently. Relax your shoulders. If you are sitting on a chair, let your feet be firmly placed on the ground. They should not be hanging. If you are sitting on the ground, have a broad base. Sit in a posture which is comfortable. Let your hands be on your thighs or on your knees. Palms facing the sky. Bend your index finger to touch the tip of the thumb. The other three fingers are straight and together. This is the Jnana Mudra. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Invoke gratitude in your heart. Thank the Lord for all the blessings and challenges that we have in our life. We grow steadily through both the difficulties in our life as well as the good aspects of our life. So let the heart be filled with gratitude and genuinely say, thank you, O Lord, for everything that you have provided to me. May I use it all in your service. May I always remember that I am your instrument and you are the doer. This is the first step, preparation and posture. Second step is auto-suggestion. Suggest to the mind that for the next 30 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. For the next 30 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. Except breathing, no other movement. Second auto-suggestion, I am alert, awake and quiet. Tell your mind with all your strength and willpower that I am alert, awake and quiet. Third auto-suggestion, for the next 30 minutes I am a seeker alone. All the other roles can wait. I am primarily a seeker. On the way to realize my own true nature. All other roles I can play effectively only when I am able to live as a seeker effectively. Throughout the day also, I remember that I am a seeker playing different roles. This is the second step of auto-suggestion. Third step is present moment awareness. Just be aware of the simple happenings around you. The sound of the AC, the chillness in the atmosphere, the feel of the chair or the ground, the quietude around. Just be aware of the simple happenings around you. Away from the past, away from the future, bring the mind into the present. non-judgmental awareness of whatever is happening in the present. If you hear the sound of a car door being closed, just be aware. Don't imagine which car, why are they banging it so fast. Just be aware of the sound. Fourth step is the thought massage or relaxation. We follow 3 steps in it. First, we pay attention to the part of the body which we want to relax. Then we take a deep breath. And as we exhale, we suggest to the mind to relax. So relax the left leg. From the toe to the thigh, visualize and feel the left leg. Take a deep breath. Relax. Exhale slowly as you tell yourself mentally to relax. Once again, a deep breath. Relax. Relax the right leg from the toe to the thigh. Take a deep breath. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Relax the trunk. Relax the navel, the stomach, the chest, the hips. All the vital organs are in the trunk. Take a deep breath. Relax. Relax. Once again, a deep breath. Relax. Relax. Relax the left hand from the shoulder to the palm and the fingers. Visualize the entire left hand. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Relax the right hand from the shoulder to the fingers. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Relax the entire back from the neck, the upper back, the lower back, the base on which you are sitting. Visualize the entire back. If you are not in the erect posture, come back to the erect posture. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Relax the neck, the face, the top and the back portion of the head. Have a gentle smile on your face. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. This is the thought massage. The fifth step is just simple, deep breathing. For the next few moments, take slow, steady and deep breath and exhale slowly, steadily and completely. You need not hold the breath. Just slow, steady and deep. inhalation and exhalation. Be conscious of every single breath that you take in and leave out. Sixth step is visualization. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light. Invoke the auspicious form of Om, which is blue in color. This form of Om is not just a form, it is the supreme truth or the Lord manifesting in this form of sound and shape. We invoke the Supreme Lord as Omkar. Repeat the shloka after me. Omkaram bindu sanyuktam nityam dhyayanti yoginaha kamadam mokshadam chaiva Omkaraya namo namaha. So our salutations to the Supreme Lord who is Omkar, who has manifested in the form as the Bindu, along with the Bindu, the auspicious form of Om. The great yogis meditate on this manifestation of the Lord constantly. And the Lord is the one who fulfills all our desires and also grants us freedom from the desires. To that Lord, Omkar is our salutation. Now, the seventh step is the japa. Keeping this form of Omkar in mind, repeat after me in the same speed, volume, and pitch. Don't try to elongate it. As I am chanting, same way you have to repeat. Om. few moments of silence. After the chanting, even if you have experienced few moments of silence, that is the grace of the Lord. Mentally offer some flowers to the Lord who is Om. Perform a pradakshina of the Lord. And come to prostrate in front of the Lord. Thank the Lord for the opportunity to meditate, to remember Him. Pray to the Lord for the well-being of everyone. Together, feel that you are sending out love and peace to the whole universe, as though you are a transmitter, and out of you, vibrations of love and peace are sent to the whole universe. Let us chant together. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your body. Be aware of the happenings around you. Slowly rub your palms. Place them on your face and gently open the eyes.